do you suggest we could do spatially as well as in other forms?
I would definitely, yeah, like to move a bit of position from right towards the, at least a bit far away in the center with the eye level.
Wow.
Because right now it's really, yeah, a bit higher up in the,
Ooh, how interesting, isn't it?
yeah. And then I see, okay, there's this, yeah, it's on the right and it's high up, and then
Yeah.
it has a lot of, yeah, stress or a level up of being when I'm around them.
Wow.
Hi, Bhavana. Hello, Mr. Octopus.
Yes, he
He
is
has a
sitting
name
there.
or not yet?
Yes, he was given a name this weekend, Mr. Octavius.
Octavius.
Yes. So
Yeah.
last week we were talking about the workplace and we were looking at mental spatial tools and the workplace issues, and our conversation had gone into the context of South Asian women um, and the particular challenges they may be facing as we know it. And I was wondering, Sana, if we could continue that conversation.
Yeah, Bhavana. I feel like every line we spoke last time could be, explored into a full conversation. But it's so important that we talk about the challenges of today's, women, working women, especially in terms of their workplaces, the stress that they carry. Sometimes it's a generational stress, sometimes it's cultural, but it's a lot that we carry on our backs, and we carry it everywhere.
You say it, that's such a profound statement, Sana, that the workplace is not just this moment that is going to promote something fabulous for the future, but it's also a place where the intergenerational pain carries over. And therefore, the workplace can also be a healing point and healing intersection in some context. In some contexts, it plays out in different ways. But so the workplace then ceases to be just about career and profession. It is also a point in which what is continuing, do you want it to continue or would you like to disrupt it? You know?
And when you say culture, I can, yeah, the seed that, yeah, being a Southeast Asian working in Europe, and yeah, in one of the, I would say it's more in central of your Eastern Europe, but I see that cultural difference is present, like things which are very much part of our culture, like uh, I can give an example of, yeah, like the tenderness or the subtleness, it's considered our politeness could be as a sign of somebody, a weak person, in
Mm.
the West. Like, okay, you don't know what you're saying, or you're not so sure about what you're saying. You don't say it, you don't come out to be so strongly on what you think, or yeah, I think that kind of differences that I felt. And then you add on another layer of being a woman in a man's world, and yeah, and putting across your opinion on a table where there are a lot of men.
Yeah.
So it's, and then there is age appropriateness as well in our culture, that if somebody is certain age, you tend to give certain respects. You don't cut them in between when they're talking, and then even if you don't agree, you just have to very slightly with different soft words disagree. So yeah, there's so many layers to, yeah, this thing, and we carry this when we work. So this is at home with our parents, with our elders, but we carry the same thing at our workplaces as well, which is unconsciously woven.
Yes, very true. You make a very important point, in which case, how do we work on our self image, right? So there is this confusion. If I were to develop my self image that is culture appropriate, then there is also this danger of losing your original culture, your birth culture. And there is loss on both fronts, right? Whether you go this way or you stay this way. If you stay with your original culture, you would be considered as not assimilated. And if you're not assimilated, again, there is interpersonal issues, there is effect on your economics, it is effect on your career growth. So it is not an easy kind of movement
Yeah.
as to what is an ideal form of being. And I am just thinking off the cuff here, Sana, because you bring in such an important point that it's not an easy. You can't ask your client, oh well, if they that is so, just shift like that. There are consequences in both cases. So I am thinking, what are the issues at hand? The issues at hand often is that supposing, for example, we have an age appropriate kind of communication, as you said. And it's a very powerful thing because many of the elders carry a lot of wisdom of their times and wisdom not merely of their wisdom, but they also carry the cultural wisdom of their times, which is important for transmission into the further generations. So the respect giving that is there within your culture as well as mine is a way of continuing and sustaining those many relationships with the ecology, which allows not just us, but our worlds to thrive. And there are two pieces to it. One is we, we sometimes we don't realize the value of what we are bringing in into a workplace, that when we bring in respect for the elders, we're also respecting experience, we're also respecting, there is a certain respect for sustainability actually in the process. But I think the issue is sometimes as South Asians, when we are in European or American workplaces, their cultures tend to occupy a more important position in our psyche. Not that it's true for each and every South Asian, but it can have that influence that I need to conform and assimilate into that culture. I am wondering, Sana, and I'm not saying as if I know what to do, but I am exploring it in this moment, that in such a case, if we were doing a mental spatial work as a coach and if we had a client with that problem, would we first work on their cultural we image
Mm.
of cultural we image as South Asian versus the sense of the other, the sense of the European or the American? Would we want to work on that aspect to bring them at par rather than a hierarchical positioning? Um, at least
Yeah,
for ourselves,
yeah,
would that make a difference in the way we are going to perceive how we want to show up,
yeah.
giving us a more of a chance, not as us as superior, but as peers in this world. I don't know. What do you think, Sana?
I think we can definitely explore with, yeah, as we can in my space, how do both the things exist? I don't know yet.
Yeah. Can we do a small exploration in this moment? And I mean, just play with it. I am not sure either, so it's going to be on the go. Would that be okay?
See what comes up.
Yeah. Now, connect with your body and connect with, in your mental space, connect with the people you consider as your cultural people,
Okay.
and bring in all the symbols that, not all, at least some key symbols that would mark your culture. And feel the feeling you have when you are with your people. And when you feel this feeling, imagine, let me take a step back. When you feel this feeling, notice where in your body you're feeling it.
Yeah, it's here.
Okay. And as you feel that and intensify it, and from that point, imagine a thread moving forward, and in front of you is your cultural V image. And as you see your people, your cultural people, what do you notice?
So I really see them as equals. So I see a group of people I'm
Mhm,
with, and yeah, there is a sense of comfort, a trust,
mhm,
and yeah, I see them around me, and yeah, it's also like a support.
yes,
I see them, yeah, behind me and around me, and it's more like a support, and there's a comfort, ease, there's a trust of some
yes,
unsaid things, and that
yeah,
they
yeah.
understand.
Mm, wonderful. And is there any other quality you're noticing in the people, the images that are supporting you?
Yeah, they're more smiling, and yeah, I see them more smiling and supporting and understanding.
Okay. This is going to be just a small experiment. Can you move this V image far away from you?
Okay. So the V image was really in the left of me, Bhavana. I forgot to tell.
Okay. Yeah.
It was in this direction.
Okay. And just move it further away.
So I'm putting, okay, I can just make it farther, right?
Yes, just farther. Present, but farther. And
Yes.
what has gone missing?
Yeah, it's not nice feeling, it's like I feel, yeah, a bit of lonely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what else do you think has gone missing?
Okay. So before I felt like my chest was expanding
Mm-hmm.
and my breath was deeper.
Yes.
And now it's this, my shoulders are drooping, and I'm just wanting to become small. And
Yeah. 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 So please restore the V image where it was and reconnect as before.
it's fine.
Okay. And it's all as before. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I feel good. It's there.
Right. Lovely. And take a breath and open your eyes.
Okay.
So we are recognizing how important our cultural we image is for our sense of okayness, at least in this case, for you to sense yourself, your level of okayness. And the words that you are using, comfort, support, trust, there was a different way in which you are even speaking about it. Your voice tonality and your posture was itself very different. Um, so we are recognizing the importance of this birth culture in our negotiation through the workplace. And now, if I were to ask you, having known that and knowing that you are in a foreign workplace, what what can you do?
I think for this moment, I would let the unconsciousness get aware and build more consciousness of this thing that we explored, and my sense of self, this we image.
Yeah,
I didn't know that, okay, even though there are very few or less people, but there's this sense of comfort around them.
yeah,
And I think that location is very important.
yes,
Yeah. So I think everything about that location, that we image, the people, how it was directly in relation to how I was feeling.
exactly. Right, right.
And now I know on the other side where is the other location as well.
Wow, isn't that
On
interesting?
my right, yeah.
On your right, is it? Now, isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
And so, if you had to figure out a way in which both cultures can come together, because that's your present lifestyle, that you have to bring both cultures in some form together, that they don't need to be so much in opposition, perhaps, but more supporting and helping in the evolution of your family as well as the evolution of your colleagues. What do you suggest we could do spatially as well as in other forms?
I would definitely, yeah, like to move a bit of possession from right towards the, at least a bit far away in the center with the eye level.
Wow.
Because right now it's really, yeah, a bit higher up in the,
Ooh, how interesting, isn't it?
yeah. And then I see, okay, there's this, yeah, it's on the right and it's high up, and then
Yeah.
it has a lot of, yeah, stress or a level up of being when I'm around them.
Wow. That is extraordinary. And viewers who are watching us, this has happened so spontaneously, right? All we had done was Sana had just explored her birth culture, re-image, spatially to just see what was happening. And the rest of the things she has so quickly, spontaneously figured out. Um, it also is because she is very comfortable with the mental spatial process and she's very creative. And so her creativity shows through. So she has figured out, oh, wow, it's not only in the right, but higher than the eye level. And higher than the eye level tends to be having some kind of a hierarchical issue. Um, and in this case, she's sensing that that's significant or important. I don't know. Asan, am I
Yeah,
describing you?
definitely. Like it has that kind of stress on me, of being watched, and yeah, look,
Yeah.
yeah, that okay. I'm being watched at, and when I'm being
Yes.
watched at, then yeah, that I'm not in that comfortable self-image, but in a projecting way of being bigger or larger than myself, and that takes a lot of your energy.
It takes a lot of your energy. Very true. If you viewers, if you would contrast what she's saying right now to what she had been saying when she sensed her cultural re-image, supportive, trust, comfort, a lot of the nervous system trouble
Mhm.
that we often have is because we feel we are watched over or stalked or harassed or feeling very poorly of ourselves. And we just need to address where is this coming from and how is it coming? And now Sana has figured out, okay, this is it. And awareness is key. If awareness is there, action unconsciously happens.
Yes.
And you find your own creative way to resolve whatever you are becoming aware of.
It's amazing, Bhavna. Like with you, like I never thought I can even find this thing in a mental space context,
Yeah,
that we could explore this thing in a mental space context, that, okay, there is a way, to address a lot of things in our life using mental space.
I know, Sana. Even right now, when I started off with you, even I didn't know. I just told you, right? We were going to go for a play and let's experiment. For the coaches, this is it. If once you get comfortable with the spatial process and you're willing to experiment and play, so many things fall in place quite naturally. I mean, we
Yeah.
were both playing. We didn't know what we were
We
doing.
didn't know really. And like I was thinking, okay, I can use mental space, in something really deeper issues, big issues only related to personal things. But we can really deal a lot of things. Yeah. And sometimes some things are so deeply personal and we think that they take a lot of our focus or attention, but there is a lot ongoing, which are also consuming a lot of our, yeah, energy, I would say brain energy, especially workplace thing. We think, okay, it's 8 hours, I'm there, you're there 8 hours every day.
Yes. So this has been a very interesting conversation, Sana, and very unexpected.
Very unexpected. Yeah, I didn't expect, okay, that I will see it like this, and I will understand, okay, what's happening here and the reasons behind. But okay, I know that I will let it sit and marinate and simmer, and I will see. I'll explore it,
Yes.
offline, how it turns
Yes.
out at pace. But since it's not bothering me,
Yeah,
it's
exactly. Yes, yes. With that, viewers, we wish you a wonderful mental spatial experience. Explore any problem that you have in your space. Just feel the
yeah.
feeling, and just as you feel the feeling, where do you notice the location of whatever you it is that you are struggling with? And just explore. There is nothing to be done. You don't need to fix it, but you can enjoy just watching. Okay, this is what it is, and let your unconscious do the rest of the work.
Thank you, Bhavana.
Thank you, Sana. Till next time.
Yeah. Bye bye, Octavius.
Bye bye.